All right, let's dive right in. Today, we're going to take a first look at a really common setup for traders using the MetaTrader 5 platform with the FXPro broker. If you've ever been a little confused about how these two things work together, don't worry. We're about to make it super simple.
So, this is a question we hear all the time. You get excited, you sign up with a broker like FXPro, and then all of a sudden they're telling you to download and use this separate piece of software called MT5. What is this thing? It can seem a bit strange at first, but I promise you, the logic behind it is incredibly simple, and we're going to break it all down right now.
Okay, so here's our game plan. First, we'll cover the basic relationship between the platform and the broker. Then, we'll actually get you set up. After that, a quick tour of the dashboard, we'll place our first trade, and then we'll wrap up with some really important concepts and risks you have to know. Let's do it.
First things first, we absolutely have to understand the difference between the platform and the broker. I'm telling you, once you get this one idea, everything else just clicks right into place.
Think of it like this. They both have very different jobs. MT5, that's just the software. It's the program on your computer with all the charts and the buttons you'll be clicking. But FXPro, they're the service provider. They're the ones in the background providing the live prices, actually executing your trades and, holding your account funds. And here's an analogy that makes it all crystal clear. Just think of MT5 as the dashboard of your car. It gives you the steering wheel to choose your direction and a speedometer to see what's happening. But what actually makes the car move? The engine, right? Well, FXPro, they're the engine under the hood. They provide all the power. One just doesn't work without the other.
So now that we get the theory, let's put it into practice. It's time to actually connect the engine to the dashboard to link your FXPro account to the MT5 platform.
It's really just a simple three-step process. First, you just open up the MT5 software. Then you'll go up to the File menu at the top and find where it says Login to Trade Account. Finally, you just pop in the login ID, password, and server name that FXPro gave you. Now, a quick tip here, and this is important. Double, triple check that server name. Choosing the wrong one from the list is like the #1 reason logins fail.
All right, so you're logged in. You're probably looking at a screen with a bunch of different windows. And yeah, it can look a little intense at first. But don't worry, let's just do a really quick tour of the 4 main parts of your new command center.
Over on the left, you'll see the Market Watch. Think of this as your menu. It's a live list of everything you can possibly trade. Currencies, gold, you name it, with the real-time buy and sell prices constantly updating. The biggest window, right in the center, that's your chart. This is where you're going to spend most of your time. It's your main workspace for looking at what a price has done in the past and trying to figure out where it might be going next.
Just below the Market Watch, there's a smaller window called the Navigator. I kind of think of this as your toolbox or your filing cabinet. It's where you can quickly switch between different trading accounts if you have more than one, or grab all the technical indicators and automated trading scripts you might want to use. And then, all the way at the bottom is the Toolbox. This is basically your account's dashboard. It shows you everything that matters: your balance, any trades you have open right now, your profit or loss, and your entire history. It's where you go to check the score.
All right, so you know the layout. Now for the exciting part. Let's get to the whole reason we're here: actually placing a trade. We're going to focus on the most straightforward way to do it, which is called a market order.
So, to jump into a trade right now at whatever the price is this very second, you just open the New Order window. Then you pick your trade size, they call this volume or lot size, and finally, you just make a decision. Do you think the price is going up? Click Buy. Do you think it's going down? Click Sell. As soon as you click, FXPro executes the trade for you. It's that fast. Now, MT5 also has more advanced options called pending orders. These are for times when you don't want to trade at the current price. You can tell the platform, hey, if the price drops to this specific level, then buy for me. Or if it rises to that level, sell for me. It's a way to kind of set it and forget it, automating your entry into the market. Okay, we've covered the how-to part. But honestly, that's the easy stuff. Now we have to talk about how to do it safely. To use these tools the right way, there are a few key ideas you absolutely must understand to manage your risk. So please pay close attention here, because this stuff is non-negotiable. First up is lot size, which we mentioned a minute ago. It's just the standard way of measuring how big your trade is. Now, a full lot is pretty big, yeah, but you can trade in tiny fractions of that, like 0.10 lots or even 0.01 lots. And using these smaller sizes is absolutely critical for managing your risk. Next is the big one, leverage. This is a tool your broker, FXPro,
provides that lets you control a huge position in the market with just a small amount of your own money. Now, you need to understand this part perfectly. Leverage amplifies everything. It makes your potential profits bigger for sure, but it also makes your potential losses bigger by the exact same amount. It is a true double-edged sword.
And that brings us right to margin. Just think of margin as the security deposit, the good faith money you need to put down in order to open a leveraged trade. The toolbox in MT5 will always show you how much margin is being used for your open positions and how much free margin you have left to open new ones.
Let me be absolutely crystal clear about this, because it's probably the most important thing you'll hear today. You must understand how leverage, margin, and lot size all work together before you ever risk a single dollar of real money. Without that deep understanding, leverage isn't a helpful tool. It's incredibly dangerous.
So ultimately, here's what it all comes down to. MT5 is a fantastic, powerful piece of software, and FXPro provides you access to the markets. But the platform itself doesn't make you profitable. Your success or your failure is always going to come down to your skill as a trader, your strategy, and most importantly, your approach to managing risk.
And that leaves us with one final question for you. We've shown you the dashboard, we've talked about the steering wheel, and we've warned you about the powerful engine. So now that you know how the tool works, what's going to be your first step in learning how to drive it safely and responsibly?